All right. I think we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the SEO Vault. This is episode 179. I will be your host today, Mike Milas, joined by Bucky and Sophie. Chaz is out today doing fun things. So we got a nice, exciting episode for you today. This is the SEO Vault, where we look over the latest news, filter the industry noise so you don't have to, and we talk candidly about the latest test results and tactics that are moving the search. So just a reminder, if you are interested in having us look at your campaigns, we do offer SEO audits and link audits as well in reports at web20ranker.com. Plus, a reminder about the SEO spring training event coming up April 16th to the 18th. You're not going to want to miss that. Tickets are still available. In this episode, we are going to be going over some big brand updates, some exciting stuff on the white label SEO side, some great test updates, as well as some of the latest news. I think Bucky's got a long list of exciting news for us today, so definitely stay tuned for that. If you missed any past episodes, remember you can find us on all your favorite podcast platforms, also on YouTube, or if you're watching on YouTube, on Facebook. So yeah, go ahead, tune in on your favorite platform, download it, take it in your pocket, watch anytime. That's my little intro. Welcome everybody. How's everybody doing this fine Thursday? Are you muted? Oh, there you go, Sophie. I hear you now.
I'm not muted.
I know. I just didn't hear you.
I'm not muted. You're muted. Let me
Oh my goodness.
I think I got it shared out to the local SEO community, but for some reason my share button is now hiding underneath my computer screen. So,
Do you have a microphone on, Bucky?
yeah, I'm testing out this new wireless mic on the lives to see how it handles it.
That's cool. I need a better microphone. My desk is too cluttered.
Yeah, I got my laptop. And
we all know I'm real extra with this thing, but I want to see what the quality is with the wireless, and I'm actually going to start using it for video production, so I need to test it.
Gotta test. That's what we do. And then we still find plenty of failure. But that's why you test. Otherwise, you just try once, fail, and then you're like, oh, it doesn't work, right? I see a lot of people do that mistake, so don't fall into that trap. So, we are live. If you have any questions, I think Bucky's gonna monitor YouTube. Go ahead, ask any questions on YouTube. I'm on Facebook, so go ahead, ask in the comments. Rian says, "Hola, fam. How's it going? How's it going, buddy? Thanks for joining us. Be sure to share us out to your Facebook page, like and comment." Alrighty.
We need to start adding in that CTA, that like, share, comment. Make sure you turn on those bell notifications. Like they need to be told to do that, you know.
I could sit there and repeat it over and over again, just the entire episode, if you think that'll help. Or we could get just like an overlay that just like puts it in huge letters everywhere, kind of like Facebook does their marketing.
Oh no, hang on.
75 different CPAs.
Oh, whew.
What's up, Bucky?
Well, I was just jumping over to YouTube and the chat was like gone. And I haven't messed with YouTube whatsoever, so I don't know why it would be gone, but I just figured it out. I guess they had some kind of moderation alert. But it's the first time I've seen this, so.
What's up, Matt? I'm not going full Amish. I'm just trying the beard out, man. I've been losing the ability to grow hair up here for quite some time, so I figured I would try it down here while I still got a chance to see what it's like. It might go sometime soon. We should take a poll, actually. I should take a poll. Should I shave the beard? Is the beard working at all? What's the deal?
Hey, you know, man, that's a personal thing for you. You know,
nothing's personal for me, Bucky.
I think if you like it, that's all that matters, right?
Yeah, I mean, I wear like a t-shirt like this in sweats like 98% of the time. So the difference between liking my beard or not liking it is like the amount of time I have to spend on it, if anything.
I think beards are
So
beautiful, and I want to grow my full beard
beards are
back.
beautiful. That
Yeah,
sounds like a brand. Is that a
it
brand,
it
Bucky?
might be. I think
He's
I'm gonna go.
starting it.
I'm gonna go buy that domain in 5 seconds. Hang on. Beardsarebeautiful.com.
Matt says it's looking good. Good look. So keep it. All right. That's one vote for keeping the beard.
It was always
Like,
very like 50-50 whenever I did those kind of polls for like, should I shave the beard? Is it that time? And I had like the full like 3.5, 4 year,
I know my wife has already casted like 3,000 votes for shaving it. So
She doesn't like it.
my wife doesn't like beard
How
at
was
all.
how was the poll written though? What was the content? Does it skew in her
Should I
favor?
shave my beard or keep it?
That was literally it. Should
Yeah,
Mike shave
shave
his
it
beard
off.
or keep
Shave
it?
it off right now. She literally bought me a beard kit for Christmas. And she was like, I don't care if you just shave it off right now. Don't even use the kit. That's fine.
Oh my
I
gosh.
don't feel like it's a waste. Shave it off. It's okay. She gave me the go ahead. So, Danielle, all of her favorite people. I love you, Danielle.
We
I
gotta
love
get
you
her
too.
we gotta get her back on here.
Oh, yeah. She could come on the show. For all
Oh,
her
Jordan.
wisdom and support knowledge.
Jordan said Mike does driving directions with horse and carriage. I love that. That is fantastic.
I am trying to save the environment. I am going green with my SEO, Jordan.
No
Okay.
emails, just handwritten letters to clients. Oh, I love it. Jordan's hilarious, man. We need to have him on the vault.
Yeah, we should have
He can
Jordan.
just
You come on the vault,
he can just
definitely.
entertain us for 50 minutes.
Yeah, we don't even have to talk SEO. That's fine. I'm sure we'll get plenty of fun conversations.
Well, just every other vault will have a different funny SEO guy, and we won't even talk SEO. We'll just bullshit and be funny.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people try and start up like SEO and marketing comedy channels and things. I always thought that would be fun, but I think it's too niche.
This is very
Like
niche.
literally, you end up with just like 20 or 30, 40 people from the same Facebook group. Just like a mastermind conference. Like no one knows any of us, but we all know each other.
All the comments are like, "What's up with this John Mew guy? You know what the deal with John Mew is? What is he always? Who is that?
Jerry
Seinfeld?
Seinfeld.
Yeah. What's the deal?
What's the deal with John Mew? Oh wow.
What's going on with Google these days?
The marketer's version of Kevin Smith's Clerks. That's a good idea. I
I don't
mean,
even know
we
what that is.
I'll sign
I
up for
thought
that.
about doing The Office back when I was at the Web 20 Ranker office in Pennsylvania, doing an SEO office episode. But yeah, I mean that would be a little crazy.
How far is Scranton, PA from Hanover?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know a geography
You should
person, Bucky.
you should have
Well,
known
give us
that.
a guesstimation. An hour, 5 hours?
Everything's at least 45 minutes or more from Hanover. So it's 45 minutes or more would be
Sounds
my
good. Sounds good.
It is 3 hours and 3 minutes.
Daniel said at 45 minutes. Yeah, 45 minutes to an hour, you can get to most of the things that matter, at least from Hanover.
Alex Donovis checking in.
Hey,
How's
Alex,
it going, bud?
good to have you.
Matt said, "Ask ChatGPT how far Hanover and Scranton are."
I've tried some fun questions like that. You could definitely find some limitations with ChatGPT.
You could tell it that it's 2 hours away, and then ask it, and it'll tell you that it's 2 hours away. So whatever you want it to tell you.
Yeah, because you can pretty much train. Oh, Alex has a nice beard. That's 2 votes. So we're like two keep, 3,000 get rid of with my wife's votes so far.
I say keep the beard and grow the mustache out even longer as well.
Should I do like one of those like long,
Yeah, dude.
like twirly?
Just let it
No,
all go. You just don't touch any
no.
of it, and then you get a straightener. There's heated beard brushes, and you just keep it straight, and it
Bucky,
keeps
Oh
it
my,
nice.
that already sounds like way too much work. I'm
It's
about to
not.
shave it
It's
off
brushing your
just
hair.
thinking about that.
It's
Have you
brushing your
seen
hair.
Bucky's pictures? Have you seen those
Yeah,
review pictures he has where he's in the white sweater and I didn't even know it was him the first couple of years I worked here.
Yeah, they're on the site. They're actually on Web 20.
It's
They're
like
all over my
a
Facebook too.
triangle down to his chest almost.
Today on the SEO Vault, Amish and beards. Having a beard is not really just an Amish thing. Is it? Do I just give Amish vibes with it?
I think it's the bottom beard
That
is what it is,
it's
because
this
it's
big
mostly here.
bottom.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's very Amish for beards. Usually they keep it trim here and here,
So should I shave the mustache? Just
all the
keep
way
the bottom
off. Yeah, just
goatee.
no
I could just do like
mustache,
the long, rocker goatee
and then neck
thing.
beard. Grow the neck beard out too. Like all this under here is where it needs to start,
Or
and
I
it's
was
just
telling
on
my
the
wife I
neck.
could do one of those where it goes like all the way around and connects, and then just shave the rest of my head and everything on it, and just have the ring.
Please do it.
I
Please
mean,
do
any
it.
votes for the ring? We could
Please
give it
do
a
it.
try next week on the SEO Vault if we
Please
get
do it.
enough votes.
Be fantastic.
All right, we're getting in a little deeper. Let's maybe jump into the news real quick. Sophie, you wanna take us through the news before
Yeah,
we?
there is not much.
Are you doing?
The
You doing?
dental SEO campaigns will be starting soon. We're hoping in the next couple of weeks, but we have to build out some of the back end a little bit more. Tomorrow we're publishing or releasing, it's already published, the 2022 SEO testing report. So that'll be all of the tests from the last 4 quarterly reports. So it'll kind of put all the pieces together a little bit more. We will have a mastermind early bird sign up information coming soon. In the next week or two, we'll get the list out to sign up for those early bird discounts. And then Mike has an update about SEO reports.
Yes, yeah. So if you've gone to SEO Reports, our white label dashboard recently, you might have noticed that there's a button there for client login. That is not something that has been fully pushed out yet, so it's not something that everyone has access to. We are going to be getting with possibly some of our bigger clients at first and working on helping them integrate this. And of course testing it internally as well with our own agencies. But this is essentially going to be a way to have your clients log into their own private dashboard to look at their locations, look at data studio reports by location. We're going to be doing some updates where there'll be some Gantt charts and task reporting if you're running campaigns for those specific locations down the line. But we are essentially kind of in this beta stage right now. So I'm sure some people may have seen that, so I wanted to address that. Also, the Messenger 2.0, I guess we are calling it maybe internally. The internal support, which I know we've had a lot of feedback on, a lot of issues with in the past. We've been working really hard on getting something really useful and easy to manage internally on that, as far as something more in lines with like you would have with like a chat platform like Chris or something like that, right? So we are actively developing that very, very quickly. We are looking to get at least I think the first version of that pushed out sometime soon. So that might be within the next week, might be right after this, might be live right now. I'm not sure, to be honest with you, depending on when you're watching. I haven't gotten to check with the team since probably about 2 days ago, last I checked in. So that's really exciting. We should see that very soon. And then also, I believe Bucky is the one who was working with the dev team on this, the ability to import your clients with individual locations. If anyone has ever added clients to the dashboard, you might notice that you add a client, you can have multiple locations underneath a client. But if you were to use a import to add a client, you could only add the client, not the multiple locations. So is that live right now, Bucky, or is that going live? Or
I'm kind of in the same boat. I have not checked back on the development of that, but it's supposed to be pretty quick. It was just a matter of them kind of duplicating the import client feature, which we use Google Sheets for, and then adding processes for those locations as well. So, yeah, it's just
exactly.
multi-location and ease of onboarding for multi-location when the brand is the same, and then you have tons of other locations under the brand.
Yeah, because we have clients that are working with franchises with 20, 30, 50 locations.
Yeah.
So that's definitely beneficial. So all those things will probably be live to some effect, I would think, before the next SEO Vault. So that's why I wanted to bring them up. Be on the lookout for them. And next episode, I'll have more updates too about that client login. Give us a comment below if that's something you'd be interested in checking out, playing around with. Right now, like I said, we are giving access to some limited accounts so they can, add some clients, add some logins, add some data studio reporting, see how the system's working, get some feedback. So yeah, go ahead, throw a comment in there. I'll keep track of that. But that's it. That's it for the white label dashboard updates.
Nice. We got a few comments here. I'll jump over. Sorry about that. So Matt says, Mike, they are saying that for GMBs to not use multiple categories for the business. I have not heard that. I don't know if any of you guys have heard any of that, but I'd like to know who they are.
They are stupid, Matt.
Yeah,
Who they? No, I'm just kidding. I don't know who they are. But if you're a home improvement company that offers roofing and siding, there's no way you wouldn't add siding.
Yeah, it wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense at all.
And we're not seeing any penalization for that either, unless you're using a category that's completely out of your niche. Then
yeah, so if white hats are saying it, that's probably what like Bucky was just saying. Sorry to cut you off, Bucky. But if it's the white hat SEOs, they're probably saying don't add irrelevant categories to manipulate search results, like I have showcased in the past for testing purposes. But always add relevant categories. Yeah. Jordan says they're not very smart. Good old Jordan. Yeah, I'm guessing they mean just like, maxing out your categories to get as many keywords in there as possible. So
yeah, if you've got a link or a reference to a study or something or wherever you saw that, definitely share it and we'll look into it. We haven't seen anything to the contrary. And I mean, even in our campaigns, like any relevant categories that we can use, we use them. So it's the irrelevant stuff that's going to hurt you or could potentially hurt you. And some of them you don't get dinged by it. You end up getting additional features in your GMB, and then you're fine. You got cool new stuff.
And we are seeing a much bigger importance, which I think Bucky added to the news or you posted in the group somewhere, but services on GMBs are listed underneath categories. So that all connected together is very important. At the end of the day, if you're just adding categories to your listing and not adding services and kind of connecting those dots on the listing, then you're completely missing out. That's really the issue. But like if you're a plumber that you add like renovation or home improvement, I can't think of the actual ones, but if you list relevant services under those bigger categories that you offer in relation to those, that I haven't seen any issue with that either as well. So yeah, that's my 2 cents.
I'll have to, he did say it was on Barry's site the last couple of days. I'm going to look at that and see actually who wrote that. I have an idea of who wrote that. And it may be the same person that wrote that services are a good impact for GBP, which we already knew. But yeah, I don't want to blast anybody. I'm glad that they're doing SEO. I'll just leave it at that. Good for them.
I'm glad people are finding success out there.
Yeah.
Okay, Jordan. Yeah, Jordan's like, screw it. I'm just gonna put people on blast.
Oh wow, there it is. All right, I didn't even have to say anything. We already knew.
Our crowd we got Jordan knew. Here, we don't have to worry about putting anyone on blast. Jordan's got it.
That's hilarious. That Jordan, we're very in sync. Me, you, and Mike both on that topic.
I commented on the tweet on Twitter. I couldn't resist. It was just I couldn't like.
All right. Well, do we want to segue into the news then? Since
I guess that's a good segue.
Let me pull that up. All right. So Bing is saying that they saw their largest relevancy jump in search in the past 2 decades. The CEO there said, a few weeks ago, something special happened. We applied the AI model to our core search ranking engine, and we saw the largest jump in relevance in 2 decades. We believe we can continue to drive relevance for clients, that sort of thing. So I don't know how much, you guys are going to start pushing Bing as far as SEO and that sort of thing. I think it's relevant. They hold a small portion of the search market, but they're definitely making news right now with ChatGPT and AI, and apparently they're using the AI model in their core search ranking, and it's helping. Good for them. Google Analytics has new features for managing large data sets. Actually had notes there, and I may have to circle back to that. I don't know what happened to those notes, but that was more affecting Google Analytics 360 properties. And just from reading through this earlier, and also knowing the limitations that they've put on the free Google Analytics that most of us use, it's looking more and more to me like they're breaking apart the Google 360 side, which of course is a giant bill paid feature, to have that. It looks like they're breaking that up into different levels, if you will, with different access to how much data can be processed at certain levels and that sort of thing. So I'm wondering if they're going to actually use that model and convert Google Analytics over into a paid model and have the same thing. That's just a theory of mine. But they did have some new features rolling out for managing large data sets. Let's see. Europe has actually banned Google Analytics for breaching GDPR. So that's kind of huge if you're, of course, Austria, Italy, France, Denmark, Finland, and now Europe. Finland is the latest European country to ban Google Analytics. So that's pretty big news if you're in those areas. Microsoft discusses ads in Bing chatbot. They have actually started already pitching ads to advertisers for ad placements in Bing's AI search, showing examples of potential placements, of course, within AI-generated responses, beside them, that sort of thing, as well as within the response itself. And then apparently those will be bigger and more prominent than regular search ads. So,
were there screenshots in there? Or they're just hypothesizing?
They had some screenshots, and it looked like there might be like anchor text type of links in the actual response, but like the size of the ad in the page and stuff, they didn't have a screenshot of that. I'm sure they may have some mock-ups that they're showing to advertisers or something, but I didn't see any of those. Right now, it looks like, just like kind of a text field. Like you have your text and then the response, and then your text and then the response. So I would imagine they'd probably be putting ads on the outside of those, or maybe at the top and the bottom, and then within the actual response from the AI as well. So that, I don't know, seems kind of weird. Seems like they're going to muddy the waters and make it less interesting, but who knows? They're definitely wanting to monetize it very quickly, seeing as how they just rolled it out like 2 weeks ago. Let's see. So GoDaddy.
Someone's got to pay for that $10 billion acquisition.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking too. GoDaddy says a multi-year breach hijacked customer websites and accounts. So if you're hosting with GoDaddy for yourself and or clients, check every single one of them. I'm sure you've probably already gotten a message from them, but GoDaddy said this past Friday, the network suffered a multi-year security compromise that allowed unknown attackers to not only steal company source code, customer and employee login credentials, but also install malware that redirected customer websites to malicious sites. So pretty big hack there. Largest,
multi-year,
largest in their history is what it looks like. Multi-year, right? So if it were 2 years, they would have said 2 year in my mind. So multi-year is like 3 or more. You know what I mean?
They're definitely not going to say the year. It's probably like 10 years or something crazy.
It very well could be, but that's huge. Very huge. Big security issue. Instagram, if you guys are into social, Instagram is launching a paid feature like Twitter Blue. So if you're familiar, Twitter Blue obviously is like $8.99 a month or $8 a month to get that blue check. Instagram's kind of doing the same thing. The price is $12 per month and then $14.99 on iOS, which is kind of insane to me, but they'll also have impersonation monitoring.
Twitter did, right?
It's I mean same thing. It was just cheaper.
I thought that one was more for like verifying their identity. The one that the Facebook and Meta are doing.
Well, they both are, right? Like you have to submit your state given ID or whatever, and maybe your firstborn child. I have no clue. I haven't tried to do it yet. But yeah, it's also going to have impersonation monitoring, comment prioritization, and a few other security features to kind of let you know whether you're being, copied or whatever, impersonated. So some SERP changes. There's actually been a good bit of stuff going on. Product reviews update, of course, is rolling out. They did come out and say that a couple of days ago. And of course, this isn't the first one. They do them every 3 to 5 months or so. Another product review update will come out. Biggest thing here, though, is that they did give a little bit more classification about what it meant, and warned sites that have a lot of product reviews could potentially see some movement, either up or down. And then sites that also have thin reviews that are, quote, not insightful, original, and written by experts or enthusiasts who know the topic well. So they want good, big reviews. So that kind of goes along with what we've all known for a while, but now they've actually put it out there. They also did say that Google evaluates product review content on a page level basis. However, if the site has a substantial amount of product review content, any content within the site may be evaluated by the update as well. So in context, like just because it's just a product review update does not mean that they're not going to look at the rest of the site content, especially if you have a lot of product reviews on your site. So you could certainly get hit by, the link spam update. You could get hit by, this is just another point where Google is recrawling your site, and all of those things may be looked at, especially if you have a lot of product reviews. So you affiliate marketers and you big product sites, be on the lookout. Google also updated the link best practices for Google documentation. The big news here was that it actually gives details on anchor text, which it did not previously. So definitely check that out. We'll link that in the comments. And it also continues to mention, of course, relevance and authority several times in the linking guidelines. So that definitely answers the question of, is link still important? It's still one of the best authority factors you can have. So Google also updated the Google Discovery Help documentation and the Google Helpful Content System page documentation. The big revelation here is that Google Discovery uses many of the same signals as Google Search for ranking. We already knew that. But the big news is that previously Google told us the Helpful Content update did not impact Discover. But now Google says that it does in this new documentation update. So go and look at all that stuff. We'll drop the updated documentation. And of course, you can use the topic menu to float between those 3 different updates that happen. So pretty big stuff there. And then there was one thing that Google says, don't use 403, 404 error responses for rate limiting. The correct way to rate limit would either be robot text or using Google Search Console and asking them to slow down the rate. And of course, that's a 90-day period. So they do say that there's been a large increase in erroneous use of 403, 404 response codes, which could have negative impact on websites, of course. So that's not the way you want to do that.
Mark actually brought up an interesting point about that a long time ago, where they had a site that was suffering issues from like thin content and just unuseful pages that weren't getting traffic or ranking. And he had mentioned that when they took down the pages, but they didn't like just take down the pages so they were like 404. They actually made like 503, like server, there's nothing there anymore whatsoever. And they saw a massive increase with rankings and the site. Because I mean, so that obviously would probably then increase your crawl budget. Google would. So something to think about. I've never actually done that myself. Like if I ever remove a page and I don't 301 redirect it, it's generally going to be a 404. But that'd be a good test to test 404s versus 503s or whatever.
I like 808s myself.
Dad joke.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
more
yeah,
daddy.
yeah.
Jordan says no more daddy.
Sorry about that, guys. I had to.
I do agree with you, Alex. I'm not going to read that comment, but very true.
It's pretty good comment. Pretty good comment.
GoDaddy owns one of the largest web security companies. Not one of the largest anymore, Jordan. Man, that sucks. I haven't used GoDaddy I haven't think I ever used GoDaddy other than registering domains, but I haven't even registered a domain with GoDaddy in like 5 years or something. Like I don't like them. They just gave me another reason not to like them.
All right. We've got a couple of questions here. Sandy Rowley over on YouTube asked, what are your thoughts on using AI content tools into SEO? Absolutely love it. Support it. If you're not doing it, your competitors are. So it's going to take an hour worth of your time and turn it into 5 minutes worth of your time. Like that's where it's headed. And that you need to get on that train, because if you're not, you're going to be left behind.
There's going to be a quick little update about that this weekend on the SEO Med Scientist. I think it was a few weeks back. Ooh. I had swapped out some AI content that I kind of strategically generated, so I didn't just like ask it to write an article about something that was optimized for a keyword or whatever. I like took different pieces of what I knew I needed in the content and optimized those sections and added them to the site. And I saw some pretty significant ranking increases, but I also said that there wasn't good SEO to begin with. So like you can do just as good SEO or just as bad SEO with or without the AI, like Bucky said. But if you do good SEO, you can use AI to do good SEO much quicker. But with that said, this weekend I'll probably do just a quick update. I got a site that's just completely tanking. Well, it's not a site. It's the same test site that I did that AI test on, but I did some other tests with ChatGPT and just another random AI tool and gave them some very basic prompts. Even ChatGPT, I asked it if it understood what EAT was and Google's algorithm and about, semantic relevance, entity association. I asked it if it understood these things and asked it to explain them to me. And then I had asked it to write articles for certain things. This is one example based on that, right? That would most likely show highly in search for Google. So I tried a few very basic prompts where I tried to say like, hey, just write me an article like this that's well optimized. And it's just interesting to see kind of what worked, what didn't work. Most of it didn't work is the spoiler, I guess. But yeah, I guess if you want to jump on the SEO Mad Scientist, we're going to be going over that tomorrow. And then also some citation updates where that was 2 weeks ago. We got those going. We should have regular updates on that now every week. So sorry to just segue into the Mad Scientist there, but question kind of worked out well.
Very nice, very nice. I'll be looking forward to that. And then David says, I have 2 businesses already. I put a suite number and received the verification code from Google. I don't know if that's question? Complete. Yeah, I was wondering if that was a
that's
statement
awesome,
or a question there.
I mean, I'm happy you got the verification code. If there is a question, we're glad to answer it. But if you get the verification code, you're a winner as far as I'm concerned. And if you activate it and doesn't get immediately suspended, now you're on cloud nine. So
I want to
he
know
wants to
if
know
I
if you
should
should open
open
up
a
a
third.
third one. Okay.
Okay. I mean, if I'm assuming that they may not be legitimate businesses, which, you know, you have to be careful with just grabbing because you can, you know, grabbing maps listings because you can. But it's, you know, it's certainly a tactic that some people use for lead generation. If you're getting them verified, they're not getting suspended, then, you know, not exactly within Google's TOS, but you
The
know,
gray area.
it's a gray area. It's a gray area.
We'll say gray area.
Biggest
And I
thing
assume they're
is,
different, right? Different businesses. Like if they're the same business, the same brand, then that's more risky. But
okay, he did give some more here. Let's see. They are legitimate businesses. One is for my marketing agency. My legit marketing agency is another's for a pet marketing agency. So,
at the same location, I have like 8 GMBs at one location in 8 different industries.
and he's using suite numbers to differentiate, is what he's
And
saying.
honestly, I don't even think the suite number even matters too much.
Nah.
Like the suite number doesn't matter. Like if you go to that location, driving directions, you should be able to walk in and find from like a plaque or something. Ideally, right? That's what there's an office building with 20 businesses in it. But yeah, I mean, suite numbers you could add them to. As far as I know, they're not as important, but I think you're safe. Like, especially if they're legitimate businesses, you're not like, you do business out of the location, service area, whatever. But it doesn't mean you're 100% safe. So I'd say you're safe with a big asterisk by it that says read the fine print, because you're never safe when you work with Google.
Yeah, yeah. I think the only thing I would worry about is having two marketing agencies, regardless of if one is niche, because marketing agency is still the same niche. I mean, they're both it just by saying one does pet stuff and the other one does not, you know,
I
that's
got
kind of
two at
duplicate.
my house. So I got two at my house though. I have a marketing agency category listing and an internet marketing service category listing.
Yeah.
And it's actually the main reason I have two was for testing, which I started some cannibalization tests way back. I started to report on, and everything came back inconclusive. That is one hard thing to crack, to be honest. But yeah, as long as they weren't targeting the keywords, there was no problem. And they're both still active, both still rank well for their independent terms, but like
Just
not.
one category for each though, like internet marketing didn't also say marketing agency and vice versa.
Did I think I actually did. No, they have their secondaries on there now under each one too, because I was testing trying to get I think one of them actually, just one of them does.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because I was testing it, but um, yeah, it still didn't matter.
Yeah.
You know,
I think from what we've seen historically, the safest play there is to keep your categories as separate as possible, and then your on page needs to be as separate as possible, not targeting same keywords, that sort of thing.
have to be different
With
brands.
two marketing agencies at the same address, like that's going to be hard to keep those keywords separate because they are both marketing agencies. But you know, maybe
If
call
one
one.
was, I
Go
mean, if
ahead.
one is just niche though, that is like saying like dog walking SEO or something, or whatever service marketing company would be very easy to rank for versus if you're trying to, just have one list. So it's literally, it comes down to a keyword level though, right?
Yeah,
That's what I would say.
He said, should I change the categories because I made them both the same?
if they're live, don't change nothing.
And he said they both rank pretty good.
Don't change anything. If they rank well and they're
Yeah,
still live, don't touch the categories.
yeah, unless you're having problems, I would think they would. So yeah, I mean, it just must not be cannibalizing each other. Yeah, exactly, Jordan. Don't touch it if they're already up. If they're up and doing pretty good and they're optimized, like you have categories and stuff added, then yeah, don't mess with it. Work on some maybe on site, or if you need to add relevant things. But
And did you
And
know
then
services affects your ranking? You could add services too if you haven't already.
yeah, exactly. It has been confirmed now, 2023, that services do in fact impact local rankings.
Yep. It was in the news. It's good, relevant,
It's in the
good,
news
good,
by
relevant story.
one of the biggest SEO news sites out
Yep,
there.
good, relevant story written by a really good SEO. So now we know. Now it's true. It's fact. It's been stated
And published in the journal.
in the journal. I keep having to unhide comments. This is insane to me.
Yeah, it's
Like there's been more hidden content. I mean, hidden comments on Facebook than I think I've seen ever.
Jordan brings up a good point about logging into the GMB and logging out and not doing anything, but still having an active login. That is something Google targeted a long time ago. I honestly haven't noticed because I do log into all my accounts now just regularly, even if not just to kind of like I'll go in and check out what's going on with the keywords or something, click around. But yeah, stay active on those dormant logins. You know, give it enough time, Google will just snatch them away probably. I honestly don't know if they're still doing that. If any of you had that listings that dropped because you didn't log in, or they were sending out warnings and stuff for a while.
I haven't received that warning in forever, but it's. I mean, I'm generally logging in and looking at my stuff pretty regularly too. So
Especially with all your different Chrome profiles you got going on.
yeah. That's a test I need to run and like see if using different Chrome profiles to access some of those listings. I wonder what kind of impact that may have, if any.
You're still at the same IP and everything though, right? Like your whole computer is the same. Like your
Yeah, but your
footprint's the
Chrome
same.
profile stores like all that ad category data and stuff. I was just
Yeah,
looking at
man.
that today.
I don't think anyone would care. Like they would know you're just one person with multiple Chrome profiles, right?
You would
But what if
think.
one Chrome profile loved they had pets and something else, and then you search for pets, and then the other Chrome profile didn't have that interest one?
Well, yeah, 'cause it's probably building a profile for the person, but as far as like your computer footprint and them knowing that you're just a person at one computer is pretty obvious. That's a hard thing. Well, I guess not hard thing to hide, but it's something you have to actually hide, not
I'll
just by
just
making another Chrome login.
I'll just email them and let them know that I have a company of 10 or more people and they all use the same workstation at different times. And then they'll listen to me and rank me better because I have multiple people. And then maybe I'll buy 4 more laptops and just stack them up on shelves, and I'll just go in and access and update photos
You gonna get
of all the
100
different.
laptops, Bucky?
I get 100 laptops. I'll need a power
Get a school
station.
bus? You get a school bus?
I already have. I do actually already have an old transportation bus I could do that with.
Of course
Just
you do.
drive it around the country with a hotspot and 100 laptops.
There's no way that'll not be able to be detected.
No way.
You just need to convince your wife to become a travel nurse, and then you've got it made.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Let's see. We got any more questions? We're getting close to the end here, I think.
There was a bunch of news this week. And I mean, there were several other things that like I didn't even put in there because it's like we already have so much.
Yeah. I mean, as far as the AI goes, AI ads, not surprising. Microsoft's gonna, push ads. Elon Musk is very happy about his open source AI baby being used for monetary gain.
He's actually pretty pissed about it.
No, that's what I said. Yeah.
He's been tweeting comments here and there, just making fun of it like he does.
Having a big talk with my attorney about it because it is interesting to have open source nonprofit technology being leveraged for profit, but it's still a nonprofit. It's a fun gray area.
Well, so it's, from my understanding, and at the first acquisition, when the story first came out, it wasn't that Microsoft bought OpenAI.
No, they funded.
It was that they funded them, and then that also got them access to the 3.0 version. And now nobody else could use that proprietary 3.0 version. And what we're using now with ChatGPT is 3.1.2 or whatever it is, right?
So the open source was ChatGPT 3, right?
Right.
And now it's not. They bought the open source right from a nonprofit company
for that version, though.
For a donation, and where did the 10 billion go? That's the other question. Is that all just going to better the world, or is that none of it went in anyone's pocket?
Any actual charity and the finances?
Yeah, charity. My big question though for Elon Musk is, does he make any money off of his nonprofit? That would be my question. And then once we have that answer, then I could pick sides there maybe, but like you can't pretend like Elon Musk doesn't leverage nonprofits for financial purposes.
Definitely big stuff there. I was just looking over at YouTube. We don't have any more there either.
Alrighty. So I guess we can call it a day. Everyone have fun on this SEO Vault.
Yep.
Let's see here. All right, so everyone, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the episode. We would appreciate if you take a moment to leave us a comment, like, review on your favorite podcast platforms. Your feedback does help us improve and grow and help us other people discover our show. So go ahead and comment, like, share, all that good stuff for us. We do very much appreciate it. Thanks again for listening, tuning in, and we will see you next week on the SEO Vault.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.